Roger? Is this heaven?
No, it's Aumann Auctions, and we're here at the National Farm Toy Show in Dyersville, Iowa. We're getting ready to check things out, and we're starting here at the Field of Dreams.
Beautiful.
Previously on Old Iron Adventures, Jim Newworth arrived at the Aumann Auctions showroom, where he got to talk with Alex about his collection through the years before he bid his farewell. Then, Brian and Shannon took to the road again, where they arrived in Nebraska to help with a pickup. There, they got to send off a John Deere Nickel D with a rich story. Aumann Auctions has been in business for over 60 years and has been the leading force around the world in vintage power. And we're going to show you why. Through adventures around the world, you'll see vintage tractors, trucks, cars, memorabilia, and so much more. Aumann Auctions isn't just an auction company, but a group of men and women with a passion for the stories behind these items. Welcome to Old Iron Adventures. Returning to Auburn, Alabama, we get to see the late Gene Young's collection once more.
Good morning, I'm Rob Young, here on the first day of our open house. We've had a good turnout this morning. We got most of my dad's cars up here, some in another building, and along with his signs and memorabilia. Had a fair turnout this morning. We weren't looking for a lot of people this early, but hopefully the big day will be next Thursday. Prior to the auction on Friday.
Earlier on this season, we got to see Kurt Tyson and Elijah meet Chip and Andrew Pierce. Upon their arrival to Alabama, they were greeted to a welcome surprise via the Gene Young collection. A collection rich in quality, this was an auction that was must-see. Since the initial viewing, the Aumann's crew have since returned to catalog the assembly of treasures to make sure it gets the best possible outcome on the bid deadline.
Like I've said before, his collection's incredible. Gene had quite an eye, not only for the cool stuff, but what was going to be an investment vehicle. He knew what was going to go up in value. And this is my first example. I'm not sure I know where Mr. Young purchased the truck, but this is an example of a truck that's really shot up in value in recent years. It's a 1990 model Chevrolet short wheelbase fleet side, and it's a 454 SS truck. Basically, that means it came from Chevrolet with a built 454 up under the hood. Most of these trucks came with a 350, and so this was their little hot rod super sport version of a pickup truck. And it's got bucket seats and a console. This particular truck, what's so unique about it is it's only got 8,800 actual miles on it. And as you can see, it's in near pristine condition. The paint, the body, the interior, I can't find a dent or ding anywhere. I don't even know if you find a good scratch on the truck, but with 8,000 miles, that's no surprise. I think the truck's been babied and it's been kept inside. There's been a couple of modifications. My understanding is after Mr. Young bought the truck, which has probably been more than 10 years ago, he decided to, I'd call it pump it up a little bit. And so what he did is had a few modifications done up under the hood. Instead of the factory 4-barrel, he had another intake put in, and it's got 2 4-barrels on it. And so I'm not sure how many horsepower it's pushing, but it's quite a little hot rod. But you know, whoever the purchaser is of this truck, it could be somebody that's a purist and it'd be real easy to take those 2 4-barrels and that intake off and go back with a stock factory 4-barrel. That's not going to be very expensive to do, and it would come closer to putting it back as an all-original truck.
While Chip holds down the fort at the incredible Gene Young collection, Roger heads to Dyersville, Iowa, where he gets to focus on a show filled with toys and collectibles.
So what makes this show so unique is just, it's really all about the people that come. There's a lot of great collectors, and they all have a good time getting together and just enjoying the time and with each other and talking about toys and their different finds. And another thing people really like about this show is just there's so many unique items that show up here. And if people are looking for specific items, this is always a good venue for them to find them in. So just a great show. It's been going on for a long time, well ran, a lot of great collectors, and it's really, really tough to get into the show just because there's so many people that wait in line. If the tables open up, it just remains full. So like I said, it's been going on for a long time, and it's just a very unique show and a good place for everybody to gather. Just a lot of great items show up here, as far as there's even anything from memorabilia to signs to a lot of great toys, a lot of custom toys, a lot of new in the box, old toys. Like I said, a lot of things show up. I got farm displays. They have display models that are set up that people build. Daryl Cox has a great display out there, and there's several other ones. That'd be a good person to talk to. I mean, I mentioned to some other people, Aaron Phelps has a great lineup of toys that he always brings in the box. And you know, there's so many, I don't want to leave anyone out, but there's just a ton of good toys out there. So it'd be great to look around at some of those. How long have you been here, Joe?
I've been setting up probably 15 years now. It's been, I started coming to the show at 86 with my dad and family, and just kind of grew into this. It kind of morphed into this. So,
okay.
You know, as I grew into it, I started with one table, and then we're up to a couple tables now. And we carry everything from the 164 to the 116, some 1/8 scale once in a while. And then I try to get a lot of different memorabilia also to drag along, just kind of tie in with the sale maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of collect that stuff, and whatever I doubles up, I try to bring along.
Right, and I think I bought a few pieces off of you over the
you
years.
have,
yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah, no, I knew you'd been around for a long time, and it just wanted to stop by and chat with you for a few minutes, and I appreciate your time, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
We're here at the National Farm Toy Museum in Dyersville, Iowa, and I'm with Amanda Swartz, who's the museum manager.
Yeah.
So Amanda, tell us a little bit about the National Farm Toy Museum.
National Farm Toy Museum's been here. We've established in 1986, 2 floors of farm toys, displays, dioramas. There's a lot to see here, a lot of history. I like to tell people that this is the museum that farm toys built. Collectors from all over the United States bought a set of cockshut tractors, and that's what built this museum. So it's an awesome addition to the farm toy collecting hobby.
Oh, great. And we're here this week because it's the National Farm Toy Show Week here in Dyersville. So Friday through Sunday, the show, but it's kind of an all-week event. Tell us what the museum's doing and how they're involved in the national show here.
Yeah, the National Farm Toy Museum has helped facilitate and grow the show over the years. This is the 47th year that they've done it.
Wow.
And that's brought to you by Toy Farmer out of Lemoore, North Dakota. And we've partnered with them to help them be their boots on the ground here at the show, helping with setup and tear down and taking admission and things like that.
Oh,
so,
awesome. It's great. Yeah, it's a great show. And the museum also sponsors the show in the summer, so tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, we have a summer farm toy show first weekend in, it's the Saturday, Sunday in June. This next year, June 25th, or June 2025 is June 7th and 8th. This year, and it's a great event. It's also here in Dyersville at the Farm Toy Museum and our local Beckman Catholic High School.
No, great. Amanda, thanks for all you do for the hobby and the collectors and for both the shows. So thank you.
Yeah,
it was
thank
great
you so
talking
much.
to you.
Yes, thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
Okay, the next truck that I'm going to talk about today in the Gene Young collection is what I'd probably call the sleeper of the auction right now. We've got a lot of strong bids on pretty well all of this collection with a week to go. Of course, as we know, there's a lot of people that'll play possum and not even register and bid until that last 5 minutes. So even though this is the sleeper of the auction right now, I've got a pretty good idea that we've got some serious international collectors who are waiting to get on this truck. And in my 44-year career doing collector car auctions, this is the first opportunity that I've not only have had a chance to sell one of these, I've never even seen one before. What we've got is a 1957 International Golden Jubilee pickup truck that has been restored to almost perfection. Mr. Young and his son spent countless hours assembling this truck, having every detail, every nut and bolt taken apart. His goal was to win the Nationals with this truck. And my understanding is he almost did that. The only mark off that they got, I believe he told me, was they had the wrong horn button on it, and that's what cost them the win. But folks, this truck is incredible. So the Golden Jubilee, the reason you never see these, International built one for every dealer in the country. So no more than 3,000 of these were built. And that Golden Jubilee color combination that you can see, an off-white over gold, what makes this thing stand out. But this very well could be the nicest one on the planet that's still around. I doubt there are very many of these that survived from 1957, but I'm pretty confident this is probably the nicest one on the planet. Okay, we can't talk about the Gene Young collection unless we mention one of the premier cars in the auction, and it's lot number 12. And when you're talking muscle cars, I don't know that there are any cars more important when you're talking about the muscle car era than this car right here. It was the peak. Anybody that was a drag racer, this is the car that they wanted to take to the drag strip, because you could custom order this thing with this engine in it, ready to go to the drag strip in 1969. So it's lot number 12. It is what we believe to be an all-original 1969 Copo 427. Now, when I say original, it's obviously had a nut and bolt restoration. So it's not the original paint. Somebody's gone through hundreds of hours of restoration work to put this car back together just like it was in 1969. It is the real deal. I'm holding a book that came with this particular vehicle, and it is full of documentation backing up authenticity on this particular car. Now, having said that, I'm a certified master appraiser. I do appraisals on collector cars every day, and of course we auction them, but I'm not an authenticator. An authenticator is one that goes through and verifies every marking, every number, regardless of where it's stamped, to make sure that everything goes with the car. So I'm not an authenticator, but I provide copies of the documentation that I got with the car, and this one is extensive. As you can see, I've got everything from the original bill of sale, where it was sold in Ontario, in 1969. I've got the original window sticker, all of the original paperwork that shows what came with this car when it was ordered. It's a pretty impressive package of documentation, and I've got another file that goes with it too. So whoever purchases this car, you get all of that with it. It's an unusual car. It could be the only one that was ordered in gold with a green interior. I've never seen a 69 Copo with that color combination. And you might think that looks odd. If you come around and get a shot of this color up against that dark green interior, it's absolutely spectacular. But this car is meticulous, inside, outside, underneath. When we first signed up this auction, we was concerned about old fuel in the gas tanks. And so I brought my mechanic over. We drained the fuel out of the gas tank before we ever tried to start it. The fuel was fairly clean. We added fresh fuel, and then we went ahead and adjusted carburetors, checked the fuel pump, put new filters in it, and put a jump box on it, and the car started right up. And it is sweet. If you look on our website on this particular lot number, you'll see a video of this car sitting there idling, and then we do a walk around video. Folks, it's spectacular. You talking about an investment vehicle, this car is going to continue to go up. Hey, I'm Chip Pierce with Pearson Associates Auctioneers, and we're here in Auburn, Alabama, conducting an auction for the late Gene Young estate. Mr. Young was an avid collector, and everything that he's got just restored meticulously. He's got what I'd call an eclectic collection of muscle cars and street rods and sports cars, and not just sports cars, but he's got vintage tractors, signs, memorabilia, Petroliana. I'd say that this is a collector's dream. I'm partnering with my good friend Kurt Aumann at Aumann Auctions. The family brought the Aumanns in because of the tractor collection, and they brought me in because of the collector cars. And of course, Kurt and I have been friends for years, and we're both partners in Martinet Alliance. And I said, I can't think of a better opportunity than to get to partner with my good friend Kurt on doing an auction for this estate.
Chip, great guy. You'd have to ask him. He's made multiple trips from Birmingham down here, which is about a 2-hour drive. And I don't want to leave Clark out, his mechanic. We've had obviously things that haven't run in a while. We had to get fresh gas in them and fuel pump here and there and get things fired up. But Clark's very knowledgeable when it comes to vehicles. Again, Chip, he's made multiple trips, and just the way they put everything together today, you know, with all the signage and the tent and the way they handle the customers when they, or the purchasers when they come in the front door, has just been very outstanding. Great group.
You know, I've been doing auctions for almost 4 decades, and I've been a car guy since I was a teenager. I live and breathe and eat and drink collector cars. I just have fun with it. It's my passion. Day in and day out, we're doing real estate auctions and equipment auctions and all of these other asset auctions, but I can't wait to get my hands on an estate that's got a significant car collection. Over my career, I've had very few opportunities to get to sell a collection of this magnitude. And it's not that we have hundreds of cars. What it is we had an owner, Gene Young, who was passionate about cars like I am. And Gene poured a lot of money into restoring these cars. And so typically we may have 1 or 2 nice cars and a bunch of average or project cars. In the Gene Young collection, everything is spectacular. It's something you could get in and take to a car show with no apologies.
Now we're getting down to the brass tacks of it all. You got 1 week left. Auction's going pretty good. Some of the unique autos have surprised me. Still got some that are lagging. We're hoping that we got 5 days to catch up with, and maybe some of them will come alive and where we need them to be. Not all cars, not all trucks. Some of the memorabilia and the tractors, which Kurt's helping out a lot with. And we've been told that, you know, a lot of those players kind of wait to the last bidding day. But very excited about it. Obviously, kind of nervous about it too, because this is a no gimmick, straight out auction. Everything goes. And Chip won't even, all he'll give me is as you guys see, the name and state, not a name, but the state that the buyers are from. That's all I get. So I kind of feel like I know some of them because of them being from Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, or wherever, but just don't really know. But it's been a great experience, and I hope we end up well.
Next time on Old Iron Adventures. Fall harvest has arrived, and that means the crew are on their A game to make sure this auction is as complete a success as years prior.